I transformed my garden in 30 days. I'm on day 3 of a 30-day garden transformation, and for the next 30 days, I'm working on cleaning, trimming, weeding, planting, deadheading, and doing all the little things to really make my garden shine. So let's get started today with my daily gardening routine. First off, I watered my plant stash. For fertilizing, I noticed my Firelight Tidbit hydrangea was starting to look chlorotic on the leaves, so I grabbed some holy tone and gave it some food. It should bounce back pretty quickly because I can't remember the last time I fertilized this hydrangea, so I think it's going to thank me for this dose of nutrients. Sorry, plant. Next, I moved on to deadheading my heliotrope. I have to say, I'm so proud of myself for doing this. I usually just let these plants go all summer without deadheading, so I'm really excited to see how beautiful they're going to look after a midsummer cutback. For weeding, I worked over by my dry creek bed that just perpetually has weeds because the sprinklers hit this area and it's not mulched yet. I need to put that on my to-do list, mulch this area so I don't have to weed it again. And finally, for planting today, I decided to plant this Pardon My Cerise Monarda in this area over by the pomegranate tree. It's always a little wet because of poor drainage here, so I think Monarda will be absolutely perfect since it likes the extra water and can handle wet feet a little bit more than other plants. Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden and welcome to day 3 in my 30-day garden transformation. For 30 days, I want to come out into my garden, I want to put my gardening boots on, complete my daily gardening routine, and complete one focused gardening task per day that's going to leave my garden looking better than it did when I came out this morning. So I've already got my boots on, I already did my daily gardening routine, and now I need to complete my focused gardening task. And today I want to work on cleanup. I am the worst at cleaning up after myself in the garden. I think because I spend all of my energy and all of my time actually doing the gardening, I don't actually clean up after myself after I'm done. And so things tend to get kind of just left out everywhere. And so every once in a while, I have to take the time and I have to really focus on kind of just cleaning up after myself. And I don't know how to solve this problem. I don't know how to solve this habit I have because I just love working out in the garden and I get so focused on what I'm doing that I don't give myself enough time or energy to really clean up after myself. So any suggestions, I would love them in the comment section. I would really appreciate them. But for now, I just got to work on cleaning up. I can see I have a plant tag right there. There's a paper cup, I think that one of the contractors left right there. Just little stuff like this that I just need to get out here and I just need to clean it up. So I'm going to set a timer for 1 hour. Give myself 1 hour to clean up. That way I can have a starting point and a stopping point, and I don't get distracted. All right, everyone. So let's get started for day 3, my focus garden task, which is kind of cleaning up the property. And I have to say, I can already kind of feel the creep a little bit of these projects. I find myself creeping and trying to make the project bigger and bigger and bigger, and me telling myself that, oh, I'm going to clean up the whole property and I'm going to clean out the metal workshop and organize my garage and do this and do this and do that. And I really have to stop myself because that's not the purpose of this challenge. The purpose is just to do short and sweet tasks, a little every single day that's going to add up over the 30 days. So I'm really glad that I set my timer for 1 hour, and I just want to encourage all of you not to get too overwhelmed. Even as I'm thinking forward and thinking of the focus garden tasks that I'm going to do later on in the challenge, I find myself saying, oh, I'm going to do this huge project this day. And it's like, no, Janie, stop what you're doing. Just set a timer for 1 hour, get out into the garden and get something done. So for this hour, you saw I kind of went out and I just picked up some things that had gotten left on the ground, organizing different things, putting things away. I put those tree stakes away, and actually Jason has actually already installed those on our trees, so that I didn't have to worry about. These hanging baskets were from my back pergola that I no longer have anymore, so it's kind of like why am I keeping these? But I'm sure I'll find another spot for them, just putting them in a better place that looks a little bit neater. And then I got my blower out and kind of cleaned up around my plant stash area. Again, just to kind of make things look a little bit more tidy, a little bit more neat, and a little bit more clean. So this, honestly, it didn't even take me anywhere near an hour. Cleaning up this area maybe took me 10 minutes. It was very easy, and it's just little things that I needed to do. Then I moved on to a little bit bigger project, this pallet. This is actually how I get plants delivered from Proven Winners. For those of you who don't know, I work for Proven Winners, the plant company. I am such a lucky girl, and they send me plants to trial in my Zone 9B garden. And the way that the perennials get shipped from Walter's Gardens is the company that grows the beautiful perennials for Proven Winners. They ship them in these pallets. They're like 3-story pallets, and they come on a truck, and it's so exciting whenever I get a shipment of perennials, but then I have to figure out what to do with these pallets. And I've actually one time turned this pallet into one of my plant tables that you saw me cleaning up around. I actually reworked all the wood, and I made it into a plant table, which was really fun. But this time I kind of just broke it down. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I kind of just broke it down and put it in the waste bin, and then I'm going to take those pallets to the dump later on. If anyone has a better idea of what I can do with those pallets, that'd be great. I don't really want to burn them because I don't want to put that into the air, but I felt like that was the best thing I could do. So that did take a while just to kind of break that down, but I'm really glad I did that. Then I moved on. Another question that I get often is, what do I do with my used plant cans? How do I recycle them? How do I get rid of them? And the thing that's working for me really well is to make a stack of them and put them out in front of my gate, and then put on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or a Facebook free thing is just free plant cans, and people will come and they will pick it up, which is fantastic. While I was out here, I live on a country road, and there tends to be some litter that accumulates, and I don't think it's from people actually littering. I think it's from stuff blowing out of people's garbage cans on garbage pickup day. That's what I tell myself, because why would anybody throw this out their car window? But sometimes I just like to go out there and kind of pick some things up, at least in front of my house and in front of my neighbor's house. So you can see just bunch of random stuff that I don't want to look at when I'm driving in and out of my property. So I just took all of that stuff and just tossed it away, so I didn't have to worry about it. And then underneath my carport, Jason and I have this little table that is one of those catch-all tables. It's a hot spot. It's where we put stuff that we're kind of using and we don't really want to put it away yet, but we're not really sure where it goes, and it just starts to fill up. So every once in a while, I have to come out here and I just have to really clean it up. And with that, less than an hour, I got so much stuff cleaned up, and this part looks so much better. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do today for my cleanup day is something that I have been putting off for, no joke, 3 years. Since we moved into this property, I've been putting this task off. I'm in my secret garden over here, and if you look above the windows up to the peak, you can see there's a little satellite dish right there. I'm not going to be able to do anything with that today, but can you guys see that cord coming out right there? That cord is like I think you call it an Ethernet cord. It's how the previous owners got their internet. They got their internet from these little satellite things, and we have these cords kind of sticking out all over the property. And they're not power cords, they're just cords to hook up the internet, and this one has been hanging out of the vent right there, and I have just left it because I didn't want to take out a ladder and climb all the way up there to get the cord, but I'm going to do it today. 3 years. Took me 3 years to take care of this thing. We had other cords like this hanging out around the property, and I've, been cutting them off. But this one, just because it was so high up, I've just been putting it off. I just didn't want to get that ladder out. And, I get why. That ladder is heavy and it's tiring. But I'm glad I did this, because that's kind of the point of this 30-day challenge, is just to kind of do little tiny silly things that separately don't really mean anything, but when you add them all together, I think it can make a really, really big difference. So anyway, that is day 3. I spent an hour doing some focus garden cleanup, picked up some trash from out front, broke down that pallet. That was great. Cleaned up the plant stash area. Just kind of did just little things, which is great. So let me know in the comment section if you are joining in with this challenge and what you did on day 3. I'd love to hear it and have a little bit of company. Stay tuned for tomorrow, day 4. So tomorrow's Saturday, and I am going to be posting on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm posting all month, 30 straight days. Whew, that's going to be a lot. Normally I post 5 days a week. So now I'm posting 7 days a week for the month of July. So everybody wish me luck with that. But I think that is, I think it's a way that it's going to keep myself motivated to keep going with this little tiny stuff. So I think for day 4, I think I have on my list, refresh containers. I have my 2 containers in front of my gazebo. I kind of want to take a little closer look at and see if I can take care of it. There's a couple other containers I want to take care of. So that's on the books for day 4. Until then, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.